The full moon in Cancer maybe have brought up some tension between something that's not in balance in your life or in yourselves. Maybe you feel like you are too much at the office, constantly worrying about things with your business, and you're not allowing yourself enough personal time or responsibilities to others, between a conflict between your responsibilities to yourself and self-care and self-nurturing and responsibilities towards others. It could be your home life and your outer life, your most intimate private things and the more public things. It's the access of just finding a balance there, trying to balance your life out. And also this full moon might have brought up some wounds or some triggers that you thought you were done with, things you thought you were done with. And I'm going to keep bringing this up as long as I am. I know we are not yet in the true new year, especially until we get to the fire horse energies at the 17th of February. If you haven't seen it, I posted I made a post in the community here on YouTube on my channel. I don't think anyone has seen it because I so rarely post there. But I did that a few days ago, and that will be helpful for you. I will mention a little bit about it now, but also make sure you always read the caption. I always write something there, and if I forget to say something in a video, I post it there. So during this this full moon, we are still in the full moon energies for days, and we are stepping fully into something, but most importantly I'm more concerned about if you got up any triggers, because this full moon was very closely conjunct to Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, and Cancer has to do with our past, with our childhood, our mother wounds and our lineage wounds and past lives and all those things through our childhood, and how we mother ourselves, how we take care of ourselves, how we nurture ourselves, how we give to ourselves what we need and want and desire, and not seeking too much from others. And we are still, as because of Jupiter is retrograde, we are still doing the inner work, and because we are still in the year of the wood snake. And also it's because they were opposing the sun, not only the sun, but Mars is leading the way, Mars and Venus in Capricorn. And that's the outside world, that's the public, and that is the responsibility we have in the world. And what is important is that we don't bring with us into the outside world, into the public world, our wounds so clearly, or that we are doing the work clearing that. Because sometimes I am too bringing it in. I don't even know, because there's so much lingering in our subconscious, and the energies bring it up. Where we are at on the planet brings it up. Where we are at in the human evolution, no matter how much work you have done, maybe something comes up that you were sure you were done with, and it come out in just you telling an old story, and then suddenly you notice you are a little bit wounded or bitter or resentful in what you are stating, in what you are saying in your story. There's no place that could be left out completely, but here it is coming up, and that's typical Cancer full moon energies. That's so typical Cancer full moon energies. So just be aware, if something happened yesterday, something got triggered in you, just look at that wound too. Just another thing to release, because Jupiter is expanding everything, and it's all with the inside work that we do. And the more oppositions there are, like I told you, especially Mars in opposition, and then they are also all square. Chiron, the wounded healer, that has now turned direct, and we are ready to heal these wounds more completely now. So because Chiron, the wounded healer, is the one who got unfairly injured, and ever since he's helping others heal, but he is struggling healing himself. But this takes constant work on ourselves, and we have to learn to live with some wounds. We have to accept that we are wounded, and because we are wounded, we are making decisions sometimes based off our wounds if we are not aware of what we are doing. So just, that's the ego. If you don't want to look at that, that's your ego. So we all have to look at those things. It's nothing wrong with us. We all are wounded in some way, and there's nothing wrong with us. We just have to accept that and acknowledge that we are tainted by these wounds, and that will affect how we behave in the world if we become unconscious of them sometimes. And sometimes we might all do that, and then we just own the responsibility for it. So also that's one thing. So just look at, because we are making decisions now, but I don't recommend making decisions otherwise, making decisions on building your foundation, because cancer is foundation in your life. Build your foundation, continue to build it as strong as you can. I've talked about this for years. As strong and stable and secure as you can, your inner life too, and make all your seek safety from within, and be your own best friend, because when the outer world is messy and loud, that's where you find your stability and security. And also because it's not time to make decisions, because we don't see clearly until the 11th at first, because they are all going to oppose Jupiter retrograde too. The Mars, Sun and Venus are all going to oppose. So Jupiter retrograde Cancer. So we are still being affected. More wounds can come up, and just be aware. Don't feel like you're sliding backwards. It's just another level, another layer coming up, and so that we can make clear decisions not based on our wounding. So don't you just throw the baby out with the bathwater and make irrational decisions that you regret later. So this is just me coming in with those energy updates, and read that post that I posted, because it's a written post in my community here on YouTube, because that will make things I wrote about, I think I wrote 10th there, but just wait until the 11 before you can clearly see. You get more and more clarity for every day now, but just wait and see what happens, what comes up with all these transits happening, so that you are sure that you have gotten everything up. And not to live in fear, just to make sure, because we are building the foundation now for so many years forward, moving forward in our lives. And this is 2026 is a threshold year, so we are seeding a lot of things before the big global shift in 2027 that human design especially talk about. Okay, take good care of yourself, and show yourself some grace. And the most important message now is probably that we don't make decisions from our ego and our wounded place and to prove something. Just breathe and be patient, because every time you feel like something is really urgent, it's not coming from a balanced place. We shouldn't make any decisions from an unclear emotional space and place, because we always need to sleep on things if we are too emotional, and wait till the energies and emotions are stabilized, and then tune into the body, meditate and breathe a little bit, and then tune into your sacral chakra to feel clarity. Okay, minor decisions of course, but make sure you can take always from the instinct, but make sure they are not just from your ego and to prove a point or something. We all need to be very careful now to look deeply inside what we are carrying and what is tainting our behaviors. Okay, take good care. Bye bye.